Hey, okay, let's review everything that we did last weekend, and then we'll start working on this new move, and on the tricky parts of this new move. So let me adjust the camera here. So it starts with Green Dragon, all right? From lean with back to Green Dragon. Sink on the right, scoop, backhand, temple, pinky punch, point, and groin punch. And then old man strokes his beard. Right toes in, step up, left side opens, right side closes, and one, two, three. Boom. All right, relax. Change palms once, twice, three times. Block down and roll. Grab and fist beneath elbow. One more. Okay, questions. All right, I'm going to have each of you do it so I can watch you. Catherine, why don't you go first? That whole section.
Okay.
Good. Okay. There's something that I should have mentioned the other day, but actually it works really well just to do it right now. And this is true for any parts of the punching sequences, not just this. And that is when you're punching, right? So you're punching on this side here like this. You're also doing something on the other side. So if I'm going to right? If I'm going to do here, watch my elbow. So you're punching forward, but you're also punching backwards. You're also giving an elbow backwards. Now we don't do it so intensely in the form, but it really helps to have it in mind, because for every action there must be an equal and opposite reaction. All right? And this is a perfect example. One, hit, elbow, hit, elbow, point, elbow, hit, elbow. All right? What that will do, just keeping that in mind, even though you're not executing the Fa Jin, what it will do is begin to bind your left and right side together a little more. You don't move one side without moving the other to counterbalance it, right? They work together. So just being mindful of that, you can do it very softly, but it's both sides together. Boom, boom, boom. Because what's really important is not your arm muscles, it's your core. Think about just your core. Everything comes from this blue stripe. It's the blue stripe. The blue stripe. That's the anchor point. And everything happens by spinning around that blue stripe. Make sense? Okay, James, let me see you do it. And change palms once, twice, 3 times, block down and roll, fist beneath elbow. Good. All right, let's go on to the next move, which is repulse the monkey, or as everyone calls it, repulsive monkey. All right? So as I said last time, you have to do this in bits and pieces, because it doesn't look that difficult, but it's actually quite a complex move. So the first thing you got to get is the footwork, right? And the footwork goes in a zigzag pattern. One, two, three, 4, or wherever. We don't have that much room, so we're just gonna do this 3 times. All right? 1, 2, 3. Now that's a kind of right angle zigzag, and we don't do things in right angles in Tai Chi. So you need to kind of smooth it out and make it very snake-like. Step, smooth, smooth, smooth. Now, it's actually, the footwork is a little more complicated than that, but you can't find the complication until you get the upper body part in here too. And this is where we get into the tricky part. So when you do repulse the monkey, you start from fist beneath elbow, right? And you're going to slide back and repulse the monkey. It's very simple. That's actually repulse the monkey. All right? It's going to get more complicated than that, but that's actually repulse the monkey. All right? Repulse the monkey. Repulse the monkey. Repulse the monkey. Now, a lot of folks do it exactly that way. It's kind of a simplified version. So what are you really doing? Well, you're doing repulse the monkey. Stop. 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 Repulse the monkey. When you say stop, it can also just be a hit. Right? And people think that when you hit in the martial arts, you use your fists. But that's not usually true, because when you hit with your fists, you're going to break your fingers. So what a lot of martial artists actually do is use open palm hitting. And that's really true in Tai Chi too. This is a strike. Open palm. Boom. If you hit somebody up underneath the nose, it's probably the end of the fight. It may be the end of them too. All right? Boom. So repulse the monkey. Maybe you're just hitting him in the chest. Boom. 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 However, we do it a more complex version of it. Boom. So there's another move woven inside there, and maybe I can get Annie in here to demonstrate this, because you really need another person. Hey, can you give me a hand for a second? Can you give me a hand for a second? She's got to come in and I'll demonstrate this. There's a way of escaping from a joint lock. You wouldn't think this would happen very often, and actually it doesn't happen very often, but it is possible to grab somebody by the fingers, by the hand itself. If you can do that, you probably got them under control.
My head blew up, honey.
Well, that's all right, honey. I just thought you didn't hear me.
No, I'm trying to.
I'm just yelling because I thought you didn't hear me.
All right. You were yelling because you like yelling.
Yeah, that's true. So come up here. So Annie's got hold of me. She's got this good grip. Now, go ahead and give me a little grip, but just sort of stay there. She's going to start to twist.
And there goes my thumb.
And there goes her thumb. Right? You can see I've got her thumb. How do you do that? Watch down here. It's not done with the arm. It's done with your core. Watch my arm in relation to her arm. I have to lay my arm on her arm. All right? Now, this is actually done on both sides. So you've got two Annies, one on one side, one on the other, right? Boom. So thank you.
You're welcome.
That was all I needed. Repulse the monkey. See, oh, they've got my hands. Escape. Repulse the monkey. Escape. Repulse the monkey. Escape. Repulse the monkey. Escape. Now, to do the escape right, you've got to understand what's happening inside the body. And if you can get this, it's really sort of cool. So this is worth trying to get, because if you do, you'll learn a lot about your energy body. So I'm actually going to sketch this on the blackboard. So I want you to imagine that you're looking down on the top of my head. And I'm going to sketch an oval. And that oval is my waist with the Dan Qian in the middle. And I'm going to do it, I'm going to be facing this direction. All right, there's my waist. There's my Dan Qian. In order to do this, you have to bring the energy into the center from both sides, because you're doing it on both sides. It's going to go in the center, straight through your body, and come out the back, and then come around. So it's two energy cells. All right? One comes in from this side, one comes in from this side. They go through the body, and then they come around again. Does this make sense? Yes? Pull it in, circle it around. Pull it in, circle it around. That's what's doing it. Your arms are just floating on that energy. Repulse the monkey. Pull the energy right into the middle. Repulse the monkey. Pull the energy into the white dot. It goes through the body, comes out, and it circles both hips. Repulse the monkey. Pull the energy in. It comes around, and repulse the monkey. Pull it into the middle, it comes around, and your arms are just floating on that wave of energy. Does this make sense? Catherine, does this make sense?
Yes, it does, but it does with your words, and when I see you, then my body is kind of like, okay, this is really weird.
It is a little strange, but
it's beautiful.
If you can get this, you will learn a lot about Tai Chi, not just about this move, because the same basic idea happens all the time. The Qi moves in threads, it moves in waves. And your job as a student is to discover what these waves are, right? Oh, okay. I can feel that. It's not the arms doing it. It's like you create that wave with your mind, working your weight shift and working this idea of two cells, one on the right, one on the left, right? It doesn't always have to be that way, but it is in this move, right? Ah. Once you get that wave, The wave does all the work, not your physical body. Boom. So this takes some practice to get this, but if you get it, number one, it's really fun because you can really feel it, and you really feel how the whole idea of Tai Chi is to become aware of these waves and aware of the fact that you can create these waves and then you can float on them. All right? They're really well grounded. They're very strong. Okay. Now to finish this move up, I have to go back to the feet because there are small adjustments with the feet that have to do with the circles that you're doing. So I want you to watch my feet. Now I'll exaggerate these a little bit. Watch my left foot. Watch my right foot. Watch my left foot. Can you see them? Guys, I'm looking on a really big screen, and you guys are probably looking on laptops, so it's probably pretty small. But essentially, what you're doing is you're moving back, and then you shift your weight forward and adjust your foot to a straight position so that you can go back. Remember that most Tai Chi stances are some version of the horse stance. And when you have a right forward horse stance or when you have a left forward horse stance, the forward foot is straight at your opponent. The back foot is at somewhere between a 30 to 45 degree angle. Yang style, it's 90 degrees, but we don't do that. It's too artificial. All right, so let's say it's 45 degrees, right? So when I step back, that means my right foot is straight at you, my left foot is at 45 degrees. But when I want to go to the other side, I have to adjust my feet. So what I'm going to do is shift my weight forward so there's no weight on the back foot, and I'm going to adjust the back foot so it's straight at you, so when I walk through, it's in the proper position. And then again on the other side, I'm going to shift my weight forward. Now there's no weight on my right foot. I can adjust my toes straight at you and walk back. Boom. Correct. So this takes a little exercise to do, or a little practice to do this. But it's really, once you sort of get it in there, it'll work really well. At least it has worked very well for me for all these years. Right? I could still remember learning this in Golden Gate Park with Master Zhang on a little patch of ground over by Mallard Lake, and we had beaten it bare of grass. It was just clay, right? And we just went over this and over this and over this dozens of times. Right? Repulse the monkey. Forward, adjust the foot. Repulse the monkey. Escape. Forward, adjust the foot. Repulse the monkey. Escape. Forward and adjust the foot. Repulse the monkey. Escape. Forward and adjust the back foot. Does this make sense? Well, yeah. Well, it takes a while to get. I mean, you got to practice this for a few weeks before you're going to get it. But
Malcolm, it makes sense, like watching Fred Astaire dance makes sense.
I think I
The,
got a long way to go before I get to Fred Astaire.
the
Um,
question, well,
yes.
I have a long way to go to get to Malcolm Dean, but the question that I hear is, do I feel it, not do I understand it?
Well, you're right. That's absolutely true because ultimately it's about your internal feeling. However, when you do the teaching, especially online like this, you have to you have to use what you got, which is language and words and demonstrations. And so I'm doing the best I can, but I know this is hard.
Well, no, I understand the choreography,
Uh-huh.
but it's putting the push with the roll, with the step, and while your brain is remembering to do that, your feeling is going, where am I?
Well, that's why you got to practice. So you got to practice this. Um, Seriously, this kind of stuff, which is about whole body coordination, left body, right body, upper body, lower body, inner body, outer body, all at the same time, is hard. And the best way to do it is in little snatches. So it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You're going to have dinner in a few minutes. Take 5 minutes and practice it. And before you go to bed, take 5 or 10 minutes and practice. When you get up in the morning, take 5 or 10 minutes and practice. That's about the only way truly to get it. Because you're absolutely right, James. The only way to really get this is to feel it inside. And you'll know it's working when everything just smooths out, when it just becomes effortless, right? Once it starts to smooth out, then you can start doing some variations on it. So one of the variations that I like to do is blocking the opponent's vision. Right? Watch. So I'm sort of exaggerating a little, just to show you what I mean, but I do think about that. And you should pay a little attention as you practice for how much you turn the waist. Let me do it where it's too much waist turn, right? That's too much. You're not going to have time to get back in position. So your waist, you have to turn your waist because you've got to turn it back to power the motion. All right. What makes that strong is the waist turn. So you're going to have to turn it to the right in this case, but you don't want to turn it like that. That's too much. So you play with those things and see what works. How you get a sense of power with this without turning too much. Master Zhang used to call it stirring the pot. All right, so imagine I've got two big ladles or two big spoons here. Right, I'm stirring the pot. I've got two big giant cooking pots. I'm cooking enough for 40 people. If you stir those pots with your arms, you're going to be exhausted in 10 minutes. So instead, you use your weight shift and that energy pattern that I mentioned before. It's your weight shift: forward, backward, forward, backward, forward, backward. And you bring the energy in the middle, and then it comes out the side, and it does it again and again and again. All right, let's do the whole move. From fist beneath elbow, right? All your weight should be on the right. And repulse the monkey. Back to the left, forward to the right, adjust the foot, and repulse the monkey. This may be part of it that is not coming through very clearly because of the orientation that I'm doing with you. So I'm gonna change the orientation to 45 degrees. There is a constant rocking back and forth. Watch. See, that rocking motion never stops. Back, forward, back, forward, back. All right? Boom. What do you think, Catherine?
I love this move, so I'm going to work on it.
I do too. It's a lot of fun, and once you get it in your body, as James was describing, it's effortless. You just float your way through this. Okay, the next move, we have two more moves in this section. You'll be done with the third section. The next move is called press elbow. I'm going to just demonstrate it. We're not going to get, I don't think we should get very far into it today. But it's a press elbow on the left side, and then press, and then there's a shift to the other side, and then press elbow on the right side. So let me demonstrate. Press elbow, looking left. Change to the other side. Press elbow, looking right. Boom. All right. So it's actually a pretty simple move. It's made from 4 parts. We'll just sketch them out today, and then we'll do them tomorrow. The first part, all right, you could say the beginning part, is a big circle and then push through. All right, so that's actually a martial application. Somebody's coming at you from the right side. All right. They're coming, maybe they're striking at you, hitting at you, whatever. You actually go up above them and then come down on their arm. And you grab their arm before they hit you, hopefully, right? And you've moved toward them. You've moved toward the right, toward them. Boom. And then you shift your weight back to the other side. And you just redirect them. You're not trying to stop them from hitting. You're trying to stop them from hitting you, right? So his arm is coming in like that, is aimed at your spleen, right? You're going to intervene and just let him go right on by, right? Maybe whack him on the head as he goes by. That's the first application. Oh, he's hitting at me. Grab him by the wrist, come by the elbow or maybe the shoulder, and move him aside. Boom. That's number one. Number two is the press elbow. And I'll try to demonstrate what this is. Kevin, I think we've done this together, haven't we? Years ago. All right. Boom. Press elbow. Watch what happens with my forearm here. So he has hold of my hand. When somebody grabs hold of you, gets hold of you like this, what you do is you retreat above the wrist. You just give him your hand. Like, oh, well, so he's got it. He can twist it, but there's nothing there. All right? The whole hand is empty. So you put pung, expansion energy in the wrist, but nothing in the hand. Now this hand comes in and traps his hand, so he's like on here somewhere, traps his hand, and now watch my hip. I'm going to bring my elbow, his hand's in here like this, there's his, right? I'm going to bring my elbow in on top of his forearm and use the weight of my body to press him down. Now, when Master Zhang would do that, right, when you do that in real life, you press all the way down to your knee. Master Feng would press him all the way down to the ground. And if you have it done to you, you will have to go down because the leverage is such that your arm would just snap otherwise. It's a tricky attack in the sense that there's only a small margin to be perfect, but that's the idea. Press down. Okay, now we're going to do a move that we've done earlier. Earlier in the form, we did this move. All right. Strike, hidden hand strike, circle. Right? We're going to do that again. Watch. Hidden hand punch, circle, and now we're going to do the same thing we did on the other side, only we're going to do it on this side. And press down. That's it. So it's very simple. I know it's not much of a challenge, huh? All right, it's very simple. So we're out of time. We'll focus on that tomorrow, and maybe even move on to the next move, which I really like. And then you're done with the third section. Okay, guys, have yourselves a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.